Hi, I'm Carl with Horizon Solutions, and it is February again, and we are doing another sort of a video like we did last February, where we talk through a number of the pieces of equipment and technology that we have been really kind of interested in the last little while. Not everything we're going to be looking at today are going to be pieces that are brand new. In fact, some of these have actually been out for a couple of years, but we continue to use them and we continue to feel that they are an important piece for many of our clients, so we thought that we would highlight them for you here today. This is the kind of video that you can come back to, check out again and again, or you can send it off to maybe some of the leadership in your group if they're looking for information. So without further ado, we're going to jump in with some of our staff as they talk about some of the pieces of equipment that they find interesting in February 2025.
Hi, I'm Jordan with the Horizon team, and the first item I want to talk to you about is Dante. Dante, at its most basic, is a networking platform focused on audio and video connectivity. Audio systems have typically always required point-to-point physical connections between devices, which translates to lots of cables, XLRs, and multi-channel snakes. Dante essentially replaces all those point-to-point connections with a digital network, allowing for hundreds of channels of audio to come and go over network connections. Though it's not new, it's been around since 2006, Dante has become a tech which is allowing other manufacturers to innovate. And that's why it's made our list of cool tech for 2025. Today, there are many manufacturers of professional audio equipment who have designed products that are Dante enabled, meaning that their products can join a Dante network and take advantage of all the flexibility that a network like Dante has to offer. And there are new Dante-enabled products being released all the time. Currently, there's over 4,000 Dante-enabled products on the market, and they're designed for users of all types. And so there's just a couple of these items that we thought were worth highlighting. First, there are products like the DiNET from Radial. These boxes look like DIs, but they are Dante in and out points for making analog connections to the digital network, and they come in a few configurations. There are also the Dante AVIO adapters, made by Dante's parent company, Audinate. These are similar to the Radial boxes in that they're analog in and out points, but they even make a Bluetooth one for connecting any of your Bluetooth-enabled devices to a Dante network. Then there's also a growing number of Dante-enabled speakers for allowing a digital connection to a PA or a playback or audio monitoring system. Speakers like the Glensound Divine Dante-enabled powered monitor. This super flexible speaker can be powered over PoE and can receive up to 4 incoming channels of audio directly from a Dante network, making it ideal for talkback or cue monitoring in a broadcast or production setup. Another speaker, though really intended for a much different application, are the Dante-enabled QSC L-Class active line array speakers and subs. These powerful, super flexible speakers are really advanced line arrays, and they could handle some of the most demanding PA duties, all while receiving audio through Dante instead of a typical analog connection. These are just a few items, and they represent barely a fraction of Dante-enabled devices that are out there. There's lots out existing now, and there's lots more to come. So if you want to learn about cool tech, check out Dante to learn more. The next piece of gear I wanted to show you is the newest addition to the SQ line of mixers from Allen & Heath. This is the SQ-Rack. It's a 48-channel, 36-bus mixer that brings a compact rack-mountable unit to the powerful SQ line of digital mixers. Retaining a form factor that will be very familiar to anyone who's ever used an SQ mixer, the new SQ-Rack brings a level of flexibility to installation and live sound that's not been in this product line before. With the same powerful audio processing and all the same audio connections as its larger siblings, including S-Link and an I/O expansion port for things like Dante connectivity, the SQ-Rack is a serious mixer in a really small package. And despite the faderless design, there really are no compromises when it comes to control. You can mix using the on-screen faders or the SQ Mixpad app for Android, iOS, Windows, and Mac, and you can use those to mix remotely. Additionally, for less technical users, there is a configurable SQ Control app that provides simplified controls which can be designed by an admin to deliver just the right amount of control. be it a few faders of audio or mics for playback, or a single fader to control lobby speakers or something like that. So there you have it. This is the SQ-Rack from Allen & Heath.
Hi, so I'm Don Clausen from Horizon Solutions. Been on staff here for quite a number of years. Many of you will have seen my face. But today I want to talk to you about one of the things that we're fairly excited about, and that's the Williams Sound WaveCAST. For many years, Horizon has helped organizations in providing assisted listening systems for people who have difficulty hearing and understanding the spoken word. Horizon has often recommended the FM systems that have a transmitter that is getting its signal directly from an output of an audio mixer, and the users have had a dedicated receiver they wear on their person that has some sort of an earpiece that's plugged into it. These earpieces can be any number of different devices, from a simple earbud or an ear speaker, or even a personal neck loop that can be used with a person's hearing aids that are equipped with a T-coil or a telecoil. This type of system has proven extremely reliable, but the downside is the user needs to have this dedicated receiver to be able to take advantage of the system. Several years ago, Williams AV introduced a new device that uses a Wi-Fi network, and the system is called WaveCAST. Basically, the transmitter is connected to some sort of a Wi-Fi network that sends the signal out over this network. The users can then use their own phone or device with the WaveCAST app on it and connected to this Wi-Fi network, and they can receive this signal directly to it. They can even use their device that is receiving this signal to send it via Bluetooth to their own hearing aids, if they are so equipped. This can be extremely effective, and the user does not need the dedicated receiver. They simply use their own device. Williams has also the Wave Pro Wi-Fi receiver that is available for people that don't have a device or don't want to use their device. The one downside with using this type of a system is that there is some latency introduced in the signal, and that may vary depending on how the network is set up and how many users are logged into the system. I should add that Williams transmitters can work by sending out both an FM signal as well as connection to the Wi-Fi network, so you can have the best of both worlds. Some are also equipped with a Dante connection for a truly digital experience. The next item I want to talk to you about is Fulcrum acoustic loudspeakers. For about 18 years now, Horizon has been using loudspeakers built by Fulcrum Acoustic. They have been manufacturing loudspeakers for over 20 years now, using technologies and design criteria to overcome differences and issues that loudspeaker designers have been dealing with for years. Fulcrum acoustic designers have approached this from a different angle by using DSP techniques in the design process from the very beginning, physically optimizing the attributes that can't be addressed with DSP and solving the other problems with DSP. They've been using compact coaxial drivers along with DSP, with a result that has the output capability of and pattern control of conventional premium two-way systems, but with a directional consistency and the crisp transient response that coaxial transducers produce. For quite a few years, they have been manufacturing some small 5-inch and 6-inch loudspeakers in the RX line. This past year, they made enhancements to the line and design and have expanded it to include the RX4, the RX5, the RX6, and the RX8 loudspeakers. We at Horizon are quite excited about the new releases and the flexibility that these new loudspeakers will have in designs. The RX4, their smallest, has a 4-inch coaxial driver that provides the output capability typical of a much larger loudspeaker. The 100 degree by 100 degree coverage is particularly effective in close quarters and as front fills in steps. The other sizes have a pattern control of 90 degree by 75 degrees and more low frequency extension. This should prove to be an excellent addition to the Fulcrum acoustic lineup. If you're in need of an audio system update, contact Horizon Solutions for more information and to see if the Fulcrum Acoustic RX loudspeakers will work in your space.
Hey there, my name is Logan and I work at Horizons here in the live event and rentals department. And today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about the ColorSource PAR Junior. Some of you may be aware of the ColorSource series of fixtures, and this is the newest edition. So this guy here has the same color array that we're used to in the ColorSource PAR. This is just a smaller version with just the 4 LEDs on the front. This guy will give you 2300 lumens though, so still a fairly decent output. And with that, you do also get a fanless design. So the applications for this guy are pretty good. You can fit it in spaces that you would not be able to fit the larger ColorSource PAR, while still maintaining that color output and quality that we're used to with the ColorSource family. One great feature of this fixture is it has a very low power draw. So with that, you can actually chain up to 18 of these fixtures on one line, making it very versatile for different applications. And speaking of applications, it's also very useful for architectural spaces or theatrical spaces where you have size constraints. Because of its small form factor, it's a lot easier to fit into those weird little nooks and set pieces to get you some more creative options. The PAR Junior also has the same color options as the standard ColorSource PAR, meaning that it comes in both the original color array and the deep blue color array to give you just options for your colors and that wider range depending on your application. Another great feature of these ColorSource PAR Juniors is that they have options for lensing, letting you customize the shape and spread of your beam, really for getting into those different creative details and for theatrical uses. Another great feature of these fixtures is they have a thermal management system, meaning that as the fixture gets hotter or if it's a little cooler, you're going to have a very consistent color output, and as it ages, it should maintain that color output to be consistent across your whole family of ColorSource products. So if you're buying one now or you're buying one in 5 years, the colors should match. And that's the ColorSource PAR Junior. So carrying on with our discussion today, I have the Catapult Minis by Radial, and really these are part of the full Catapult family, so there are different options depending on how you're planning on using it. But essentially what this little guy will do will send 4-channel audio down a single Ethernet connection, a Cat5, and it's a fully analog as well, so this is a completely passive system. So the great thing about that is you can kind of use them wherever you need to and just really limiting the number of cables you're using. This is great for us in our rental department because instead of running 4 cables, we're just running one. It saves us quite a bit of time. So these Catapult Minis come in a couple different configurations. The ones I have here are XLR3, both male and female. You can see on the ends here maybe. There's also a third option for the Minis where you can get just a TRS, the balanced TRS ends, for audio interfaces, using in a small home studio perhaps. There's lots of applications for them. They do also come in a larger variant as well. There is just the Catapult, and that is 4-channel in, has a through as well, and those can be chained in different configurations. And then there is a rack-mounted version that does 12 channels over 3 Cat cables. So really just giving you options for configuring your system, really minimizing cables and keeping things clean. All of the Radial Catapults are compatible with each other as well. So you can connect the rack-mounted version to the Mini. You can connect, the regular Catapults to the rack, to whatever configuration you need for your system. But the Catapult, the one that's just called Catapult, that one actually has some pretty neat features that the Mini and the rack do not have, where you can have isolated outputs at either line or mic level. So depending on your application, that might be the best option for you. And that's it for the Catapult from Radial. It's a pretty simple piece of gear, but very handy and saves quite a bit of time.
All right, well, we just finished hearing from Logan about the ETC ColorSource PAR Junior. And that's great, and we sell a lot of different LED fixtures, but we need to come up with a way to control them. Now, if you've hung around Resource Stage long enough, I'm sure that you've seen that we have a lot of different lighting control options for our clients. But not everybody is looking for a console or a piece of software that will run 10,000 channels of LED. That's just not for everybody. But We do have some simpler options, and this is one of them. This is the Chroma-Q STAGE CL. This is one of the pieces that is not brand new this year. In fact, we've been selling this console for a long time. It has recently gone through a branding change, but the console is exactly the same as it's been for quite a while. But it is still a valid console for many of our clients who are looking for a simple way to control conventional dimming fixtures as well as LED fixtures. So let's take a quick look. First of all, it has 12 faders here. It actually has 2 pages, so you can control 24 fixtures, again, of either dimming conventional fixtures or LED. We've got the ability to control intensity, as well as we can control color really simply for each channel by just changing this knob. So this fixture has been patched to channel 1 here. I can turn this knob and I'm adjusting the color. And then the knob on the top, I can actually adjust that one and it changes the saturation of that color. I can click that button and it'll actually switch between colors. It's pretty quick to be able to grab some fixtures really quickly and make some interesting looks. You can save scenes on this console, you can save some chases, and you can save your entire show by sticking a USB into the back of it, and then you've got a backup if you are moving on to the next show. That's it. That is the Chroma-Q STAGE CL. If you've got any questions about it, go ahead and give us a call and we'd be happy to help you out. So before I start talking about the next thing, we need to talk about this case. This case weighs over 200 pounds and it has a large projector in it that is from our rental inventory. It is a Christie HS laser projector that's over 13,000 lumens. And we use this projector pretty regularly for different types of events and all kinds of different things. It's a great projector and we like it a lot. It is kind of heavy and it is a couple of years old now, but it's a good projector. We've got lots of lenses for it. And if you'd like to rent it for one of your events, we'd be happy to help you out with that. But things evolve. So we're here today and I'm going to talk a little bit about the new Christie Jazz series of projectors. These projectors come in WUXGA. That would be the equivalent of the 1080p in a 16:10 format, but of course it will do 1080p, no problem. And they also come in 4K versions, ranging from 17,000 lumens up to over 23,000 lumens, and they're smaller and lighter than the projector that is inside this case. It's pretty cool. For us here at Horizon, this is kind of advantageous because it actually uses exactly the same lenses as these projectors. So we have some university and theater clients that own projectors that are exactly the same as this, who I'm positive this is going to be an interesting projector for them if they're looking for a way to upgrade without having that additional cost of needing to buy new lenses. Because if you've ever bought lenses before, you know it costs a lot of money to have that inventory. So the Jazz projectors are lighter weight, they're cheaper, they're smaller, and they use the same lenses as the HS projector. That's a laser projector from Christie Digital with a 5-year warranty, and we think they're pretty great. All kinds of inputs on the side. The fans are pretty quiet in them. They're pretty good. If you are in a situation where you're looking for a projector that's a step up, something that's that much brighter, the Jazz might be the right thing for you. Give us a call. We'll talk to you about it. Okay, if you've been watching some of our videos, you know that there are these LED displays behind us. And these are some really interesting pieces that we have put into our inventory in the last year or so. They are Theatrixx Totems, and they are a 1.8 mil LED display, or direct view LED display, as they're often referred. And these are really great, actually, because they're an all-in-one piece. As an all-in-one piece, when you pull it out of the case, this is it. It comes with this and a power cord and wheels if you want to put it on wheels. But what's really great is that it's a piece that you can set up in your space, and it can run something like this, a small video or just static images, and you can use it for wayfinding or information or whatever it is that you need to do. In fact, you can even plug an HDMI cable into this and have content coming from Google Slides or from PowerPoint if that's what you want to do. It's a pretty powerful tool. It is very well built. It has a plastic covering over top of the LEDs so that you don't need to worry about whether it's going to get damaged in the public, as well as a nice bezel on the outside, which again will protect it if you have it out in a lobby or somewhere like that. We really like these. We think they're pretty interesting, and they are a nice addition to somebody's lobby or foyer, and it's also equally as good on a stage if you wanted to do something like that. If you have any interest in taking a closer look at the Theatrixx Totems, go ahead and give us a call or send us an email, and we can try to help you out whether you're looking to purchase or rent something like this. Thanks. All right, well, there you go. That is a few of the pieces that we find interesting in February of 2025. I hope that that was helpful for you. And of course, if you've got any question about any of those pieces, or if you've got questions about any other pieces that you'd like to talk about, go ahead, give us a call at Horizon or email us sales@horizonsolutions.net and we will help you out. Couple of housekeeping things before you run away. One, don't forget the QR code that's coming on the screen right now. You will want to scan that QR code to get into the draw for the Genelec monitors that we will be giving away at the end of the year. And then the second thing is don't forget our special workshop that we are doing on February the 22nd from 9 a.m. till noon at Forest City Community Church East, where we are going to have a live band in the room, and we're going to be talking about live mixing. This is a 3-hour session where we've got a number of people from Horizon involved, and we're going to be talking about, some of the fundamentals on how to mix a live band. I think it's going to be very helpful. We're spending a lot of time putting this together. There is a cost to it. You're going to want to register at www.resourcestage.ca. Go ahead and click on the registration link there and get all signed up. Bring your friends, and it's going to be a good time. Thank you very much for watching. We hope to see you at our next event.